With fewer than 1,500 new COVID-19 cases reported at the start of the week, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced that the country has officially exited the fourth wave of the pandemic that began in November 2021. Following this news, Germany and the Netherlands will now allow vaccinated people to travel there from South Africa without having to quarantine. And preparations are underway for students to head back to school next week. Nadine Theron tells us more.
For the first time since March 2020, South African learners are returning to school full-time next Monday. Up until now, they've had to attend classes on an online and rotational basis. But in a country where much of the population does not have access to the internet, this broadened the educational inequality gap and led to a rise in the school dropout rates and teenage pregnancies. One thing that will make teachers' lives much easier is that learners don't need to stay a meter apart anymore. By now, the vast majority of teachers have been fully vaccinated. The presidency announced a few more major changes to level 1 lockdown regulations with immediate effect. The biggest change is that people who test positive for COVID-19 but are asymptomatic don't need to isolate anymore, while those with symptoms only need to isolate for 7 days and not 10 as before. Those who've come in contact with positive COVID-19 cases only need to isolate if they develop symptoms. These decisions were informed by the rise in the portion of the population who have developed immunity against COVID-19, and that's estimated to be between 60 and 80%. But only 41% of South Africa's adult population is fully vaccinated. The government is offering food vouchers to over 50s in return for getting the jab. The official opposition party, the Democratic Alliance, has called for a complete end to the national state of disaster in order to help boost the economy's recovery.